Hey, it's Shireen Herrera from Jared and Shireen in the Morning, County 10's morning show. I'm with Patrick, Wind River Internet. We are back and we are ready to talk about something epic, and that's Epic TV. And we mentioned it last time when we were on Tech Tips. This is Tech Tips, by the way. And every month we're able to chat with Patrick about something techie, because if you're like me, you need help with tech and you need some tech tips. Remember, you can ask any question you have for Patrick, whether it be on Epic TV, maybe it's something else, maybe it's about internet in your area. You're welcome to comment right now, as a matter of fact, right here on the Facebook video. So, Patrick, we're going to talk about Epic TV. Explain to the folks, what is Epic TV?
It's epic.
It's very epic. That's my first thought.
It's something that people have been asking for ever since we started doing internet services here at Wind River Internet, and it's basically just cable TV. So it's a regular cable TV service, or like Dish or DirecTV, or I don't know what else. Basically your TV service, but you get it over the internet. So the really cool thing, instead of the big heavy box that you normally get, we have these little tiny streaming TV boxes, and it's just an app on there. And you can just sign up for our service. You can plug it in, turn it on. It'll control the TV and everything, and you'll get a guide, and it'll work just like your regular cable TV service. Or if you're a little bit more technologically inclined, if you have an Amazon device or an Apple TV type device or a Google device, you can get the Epic app from the App Store and log into your account, and you can watch it from any smart TV or device. And you can even get it on your computer.
So then your phone becomes the actual remote, more or less.
Yeah.
Cool. Like when you're watching it on your smart TV, you would be controlling it from your phone.
Well, no, you control with whatever controls that smart device. So
so your actual remote.
Yeah, so your actual remote. So it's just like any other TV.
Well, I was wrong on that part, but it is epic. And the reason it's so epic is because it not only has an app, but you also have the box as well. So it's bringing together popular local and big channels as well. And you're streaming. A lot of people have, multiple different streaming accounts. Well, this is bringing it all together in one, and it can start as low as, $45 a month?
$45 a month, and this is all your local channels. So this is nice. So you get all the ABC, CBS, NBC, all the local sports, and it does some really neat stuff that you can't do with other services. Where it does, you have an option for a cloud DVR, so it'll store unlimited recordings for up to 2 months, and if you have like certain shows or things, you can save them for up to a year, and it'll go from TV to TV as well. So on your one account, you could have 5 TVs in your house. You could start watching something on one TV and pick it up on the other TV, or pick it up on your computer. And there are going to be we are going to get an app for your phone eventually later this year as well. So you'll be able to pick up on a phone too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And so a couple of things that we're going to run through is one of them is, of course, why choose Wind River Internet Epic TV, and there's a few different things on that topic that Patrick's going to dive into here in just a second. But we're also going to show you how cool the interactive guide is with the computer, which I really enjoyed. It brings me back to when we initially got cable and that guide feel, and how you can how it's come and expanded too. So we're going to do that. But let's talk about why choose Wind River Internet's Epic TV.
Yeah, so reliability, high quality streaming video. This video can actually go up to 4K resolution. Right now, most of the networks are they're doing full HD. So that's like the highest quality broadcast standard. And they're starting to do things that are in 4K. And the devices and the network and everything's set up for that. So as soon as they start streaming, the Olympics and sports in 4K, you'll be all set with everything that you need. And the box that we have is 4K output, so if you watch like Disney Plus or Netflix, that's all 4K. Right. And it dynamically adjusts to the amount of bandwidth that you have. So even if you're a wireless customer and you have the lowest end package, you can still use this service. You might it might not stream as clearly as the highest end package if you have multiple people watching it, but it will work. And it'll do the highest quality on our silver plan and our gold plan, and it'll even work off our network. So if you have internet from somebody else where we don't provide service, you can still get the service as long as you're within Fremont County, Natrona County, and what's Thermopolis? Hot Springs County, yeah.
That's great, and it's a great range too. And talking about keeping things local, being able to have tech support local, and that's why we do tech tips too with Wind River Internet, is because we talk a lot about keeping it local, and we have that local option here. You were just mentioning the packages. Something I thought was interesting was the Acclaim. Now that's not, if you're not necessarily looking for maybe sports and all that. This gives you like local channels and entertainment, correct? And you kind of can pick and choose. Is that?
Well, yeah, you've got 3 different tiers, I guess. And if you go to our website, windriverinternet.com/TV, or there's an icon just to click on TV. And we even have a good little article on County 10.
Yeah.
It'll show you the different packages and how much they cost. So, like the Acclaim Lite is just your local channel. So, it's your ABC, CBS, CW, Fox, and the PBS channels, NBC. So that's all the locals. And then you also have the ability to go up to the next tier, which is $70 a month, and that's kind of like your expanded basic cable, right? So that's all your AMC, your A&E, and independent film channel, and all kinds of stuff on here. The Discovery Channel, was it TLC, Travel Channel, the History Channel. There's a bunch.
Right. Yeah. No, the list is long, and you really do need to check it out on their website.
Yeah, and then you can go up for just another $5 a month more to $75, and then you'll get things like BBC America if you're into like Doctor Who, and the Vice TV channels on there, Sundance, bunch of other ones for only $5 a month. And with this, you can actually do 3 devices in your house immediately. You don't have to pay anything extra if you've already got a streaming device, or you can lease the streaming device for $7.95 a month, I believe, is what we're charging. So you can get ours, or you can buy a Fire Stick, which are like $30. So there's a lot of options for that.
Well, I know I want to look more into Epic TV. Do we want to show them a couple of things?
Yeah. Let's go ahead and take a look at the interface for it. So I'm actually showing it here on a computer. So I can't show actual video because they'll take down the YouTube.
Right.
But this is an example of all the music channels that you get for free. So there's like 1,000 total channels available. But the really cool thing is, if you see something like, if you get HBO and you start Succession in the middle of it, you can actually rewind and go back to the beginning of the show while it's playing. And in fact, you can even go back further, and you can go back up to 72 hours in reverse, depending on what's showing, and you can look at something that's already shown earlier in the day. So you didn't have to record it; it's already there.
Right, and I like, if you notice how he's toggling kind of back and forth here a little bit, able to just kind of have that, actual physical feel to the guide is so much different than you have on, regular cable. And it's very cool, too, because you can actually click into some of these shows and find out more, get details and options. You can restart the program. It really does make it so cool, and obviously so mobile, with it being able to be on multiple devices. Phone, you're talking about a computer, smart TVs.
Yeah, like this is Felix the Cat Saves Christmas. You can go to hit restart program, and it'll play it from the beginning. So it's kind of unique. It's kind of like a blend of some of the newer streaming services that are kind of locked in to just pulling up certain episodes versus that cable TV, like being able to channel surf through, but giving you the flexibility to start programs from the beginning, or even kind of go back, like especially the news. Like if you're watching the news halfway through and you want to go back to the beginning of it, even though it's live, you can still do that.
Yeah, or the Steelers football games.
It's also DVR too, so if you I don't want to mess it up, but I'm trying to do this without showing the video, but you can click on it and you can set the preferences of, like, do you want to record only the news shows or a certain season? And if you want it to record just a little bit longer in case it is like a football game where there's overtime, you have all that functionality in here. And you can even search through all the different programs in the guide. It's really cool. And if you have like an Alexa device, I just said the wrong word. If you have an Amazon Echo device or a Google Home, you can control this as well. You can tell it to pause and rewind and
Sweet.
Turn on the TV, turn off the TV. It's really cool.
Well, that's becoming the craze, is controlling everything, isn't it?
Yeah.
By our phones or our voices, which I love. So with Wind River Internet, make sure you go to windriverinternet.com/TV. Again, you're going to see some options on their plans because there's multiple different options on there, but you'll really be able to get an in-depth look into Epic TV. This seems like this is so great, especially if you have kids in the household, and you really want to be, watching your own things, having your own channels, your own. Now with the cloud, how does that work? Now, do all three devices use one cloud?
Yeah, all three devices use one cloud. It's $250 a month for the cloud service, and then you can add additional devices for just $2. You get 2 more, so you can do that up to twice. So you can get a total of 7 devices.
Oh wow!
On your plan, and they all share the same recording and everything. So if you've got a household with a few kids and everything, you can get it on every TV and device in the house, and it's pretty slick.
What's your favorite part of Epic TV?
I really like that, being able to just channel surf. Like when we're bored and we don't know what to watch, just kicking that on, going through all the channels. Like, oh, cool, this is Men in Black 3. I haven't seen this in a while. And it's halfway through, and just hit restart, and then it goes back and it start from the beginning.
Yeah, and a lot of these things that you're seeing aren't necessarily available too. With some of the cable shows and stuff aren't necessarily available on all the streaming apps, and in that case, you have to buy one streaming streaming prescription or subscription just for one show. And in this, you're able to literally just go back or set to record.
I hear people talking about their cable bill being over $100 a month, and the nice thing about this is you can get this and you get all your local channels and a lot of the stuff that doesn't have apps, and then you still have access to all the apps. So for the price of this and Netflix and Hulu and Disney Plus, you're still paying less than you were for traditional cable. Mm-hmm. So that's what I really like about it.
Yeah, and that's a great selling point, I'm sure. So do we have any questions, Terry?
We do have a couple questions. They are not about the TV service. They are about regular service.
Oh, sure.
So our first question is, what internet speeds do you offer in Lander?
We offer up to 100 megabytes. I think 98 is what we have listed.
And the other one is, how far out of Fort Washakie are you from getting fiber there? Don't you already have it?
We have it very close.
Okay.
It's in Fort Washakie physically. It's not connected to anybody's homes yet.
Oh, okay.
We're trying like crazy to get it done by the end of the season. So it's looking good. The weather's been nice. It might still happen this year. But if not, it'll happen as soon as the weather gets nice again.
That has been a popular question. I feel like we've got that question several times
We have.
over the past few months.
We're at where the school is, Fort Washakie School. So we're about. We probably are going to be able to. I don't want to say anything. Never mind. It'd be aspirational to connect at least that housing project across the street. So we already have it connected at the homes, and we have the conduit there. But there's just a couple crossings that we still have to do in between E3 and Fort Washakie. And it just kind of depends on if the weather holds up.
Now, another question real quick. You don't necessarily have to have the box. You could run it just basically off the app?
Yeah. You can use any streaming device, pretty much. So like I said, any Apple TV you can use, Amazon Fire Sticks you can use, Google TV, Android devices you can use.
Great.
Samsung's coming later this year, as well as Roku, but they're not available just yet.
But on the way.
On the way, yep. And then you won't need any box.
Exactly. Yeah, and again, just for those folks that maybe were thinking, like, do I have to have this box, or can I do both, the app and the box? I'm sure that's an option as well, obviously, if you don't have a TV that necessarily is compatible.
The box basically is just a streaming device. It's a 4K Android TV. You can talk into it, and you can say, find whatever show, or launch the Epic TV app. It's got the little Google Assistant built into it.
Oh, cool.
And they're not infrared either. They're actually controlled through a network connection, so you don't have to point right at the TV. So,
oh, nice.
Which is kind of nice. It's more responsive. And
how many times have I had something blocking the one spot that's connecting the remote to the TV?
The nice thing if you get our box is it's managed. So if there's any issues with it, support can actually go into the box and help you with settings and see what you're seeing to kind of troubleshoot if there's an issue or anything like that. So it's more of if you're needing help with things, this is the way to go, because we can get in there and just do everything for you, and just make sure you got TV.
Making life simple for us. Just make sure I have TV. I like it. I like that route
But
right there.
If you're more technically inclined and you already have a streaming box, then you just call us up. We give you a username, password, and it's instant. You don't have to set up an appointment or anything. I mean,
oh, wow.
We can just do it over the phone.
That's nice.
Yep.
Well, what's your phone number again?
857-2004.
And they're located at 1100 West Main here in Riverton by the grocery store, so you can't miss them. So you can come by Wind River Internet as well. Remember, you can always send your tech questions. Are you curious about something? Do you want to know more about Epic TV, but maybe it's just easier for you to message us right now? Well, that's easy and simple, because we'll get it to Patrick and the crew here. So, Patrick, anything more on the Epic TV?
We are going to be doing a local channel soon, sometime next year. So that'll be fun.
Starring Patrick?
Probably. only one willing to be in front of a camera. But it's going to be a community access type of channel.
Oh,
so
awesome.
If anybody is interested, if you're a content producer and you have stuff that you want to have on there, we're going to focus a bit on language for Rapo and Shoshone. Mm-hmm. So we'll have some of that content on there, because we already have that. So, and we're open to ideas. So if you've got ideas on what you'd like to see on a local channel, let us know.
I just come back to community access on Saturday Night Live. And
Wayne's World. Yep.
Or Wayne's World. Oh, there you go. And then they did it on Saturday Night Live. All right. I think that does it for us. As always, wishing you a great day, and around this time of year, happy holidays and Merry Christmas. And that does it for us. This is Tech Tips with Wind River Internet. I'm Shireen Herrera. That's Patrick. And, of course, County 10.